Welcome back to our channel. My name's Melody. If you're new to this channel, we welcome you and I hope you get a chance to view all our videos. If you're wondering what this channel is about, it's about living free, not living for free as in no money. For some, it's finding the perfect job, not having any bills. Some, it's having your own business, and for others, something else. Many of our videos are here in Florida. I talk a lot about Florida because we live here and many people want to move here. So you might find a lot of videos on that topic. We also love to travel, so you could check out those videos as well. But really we talk a little bit about everything because life is full of all topics. So that's what we cover. Anything that we feel like talking about, that you'll find it here. And if there's something you would like us to discuss, and if it's something I know about, I'm happy to make a video on that. We'll talk a little bit more about what living free forever means to you and what it means to me, but for right now, Rick and I are on the road to North Carolina, so come join us. Almost in North Carolina and we're in a traffic jam. I thought maybe rush hour, but not in this area, and Rick just said he saw an accident ahead. Well, looks like it cleared up because by the time we came up here I thought I'd see an accident, but it's gone. Hopefully everybody was okay. I tell you, it gets very expensive to tow a car. I don't know if you had a car towed lately, but I've heard it's pretty darn expensive. I've had AAA for like, I don't know, 30 some years, since I was 16, so what's that, like almost 35 years, and I can't tell you how many times I've used it, mainly because I locked myself out of the car, and that was a while ago. But I do get free maps and things like that, and discounts. I'm a fan. We are now entering North Carolina. Unfortunately, I missed the North Carolina sign because it was small and it was dark, and we just suddenly came upon it. So I like to put those up on Instagram when I remember. If you don't follow us on Instagram, make sure you do. All our links are in the description box. For this Welcome Center, 1 mile, so maybe there'll be a sign still ahead. But we're not with Facebook anymore. We're just Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter. That's it. Only because I noticed that on Facebook, some of the people that I instant chat with, instant message, their accounts were being cloned. So I wasn't even sure who I was speaking with. And it happened more than once. And so I'm very uncomfortable with using Facebook at this time. I may come back again, but for now, I just don't feel comfortable with it. Here's the Welcome Center. Rest area. We don't need a rest area since we just stopped. Oh, we stopped at a place called, what was it called, Rick? Sourdough. We stopped at a place called Sourdough. I don't even know what town we were in, South Carolina, but it was really good. I guess it's a franchise, but I've never heard of it before. I left a Yelp review. I love Yelp because it gives you an idea if a place is good or not. So here's our bed. This place is good for 2 people. I don't think they're allowed pets here. There's a little couch there. TV. They have Wi-Fi. You got a little table here. Refrigerator. Little coffee. Stove. Sink. How creative. I love this. Now, they do have the bathroom. That's a closet here. And what's this say here? There we go. And this is the bathroom. Wow, this is big. This is really big. Check that out. Hot tub. And you got a shower there. So I think we're good to go for a couple of days. Very nice. I'm sitting here on the patio by our caboose here, and we need to get ready for a wedding, Rick's sister. So we're very excited about that. It's just down the street, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit first more about Living Free Forever, the title of our channel. And in the beginning of the video, I was saying how it is different for everyone what living free means. I would love to hear from you. Comment below and let us know what you think for yourself what living free forever means. For us, as I've mentioned before, is the ability to do what we want, when we want, and of course it's not always exactly when we want and how we want, but as realistically as possible. I find working from home has really helped me be able to do that type of thing, to be able to travel, to be able to come up to North Carolina, for example, and not worry too much about having to be somewhere at a particular time. Some people like a lot of structure and have their calendars full hour by hour. I'm not like that. I like to keep things just free-flowing, I suppose is the word I would use. I like to kind of go with the flow. That's more my personality. It may not be for you, but that's how I feel. I also like the idea of, again, mainly traveling is a big thing for me, and what I would consider making me feel free. I don't like the idea of being stuck in one place. I never have, even as a kid. I remember sitting in school and looking out the window, and I did well in school, and it's not, I love learning, but I didn't like sitting still in one place for a long time. I liked to find new adventures, check out different places, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just want to sit in my recliner and watch documentaries. I also like the idea of being able to help others, and in order to do that, I think you need to have the time to do it or the money to do it. I think financial freedom has a lot to do with feeling free. When people are burdened with credit cards and bills, it just weighs on your shoulders. Been there, done that. And I can tell you there's a huge difference from how that feels to not having that huge burden. So I always suggest, and of course this is just my 2 cents, is even if you have a job that you absolutely love, it's really a great idea, at least I think so, is to have a hobby or have a side hustle that you would really enjoy making some extra money. If it's dog sitting or babysitting or taking people out to go fishing. In Florida, that's a big thing. You take tourists out, you go fishing, and you're getting paid for it. Because you just never know, even that job that you love so much, it could disappear on you. I'm going to make another video about that, about all the types of things that you can do, either full-time or as a side hustle, part-time, just for a little extra money while doing something that you love to do. Sometimes a regular full-time business is not what you want either, because if you're stuck in a brick and mortar place and that's not where you want to be, then that takes away that feeling of freedom. But some people like that, so they might feel free doing that particular thing. I also like spending time with my family, my kids, my husband, and we did homeschool our kids, so we had a lot of freedom when it came to that. We had a lot of time to spend with them, to go to museums and parks and travel during the week when it wasn't so crowded, because sometimes you wait till the weekend and it gets very crowded. Yeah, the park, amusement park, museums, it gets crowded and then you got to stand in line, and I find that stressful. I like to feel relaxed, chilled. That's all I wanted to say about that, and because I do get people asking me, well, what exactly is living free forever? And I have to explain it's different for everyone, and only you can really say what it is for you. But that's what this channel is about. I talk about everything that I've experienced. So whatever I learn, I kind of share with you. And we all, even if we're doing the same thing, you could be doing the same thing as I'm doing, but we'll have totally different experiences. You have people, for example, who live in Florida and they absolutely hate it, but their experience is completely different. Maybe they hate their job, they hate the neighborhood, and then they think they hate all of Florida because of it. Or you're in Ohio, where we're from. We love Ohio. It's just the winters I don't like. But you can't, well, you can do whatever you want, but in my opinion, I feel like we can't say we hate Ohio because of the snow. There's a lot of great people there. The weather's beautiful when the fall comes and the leaves change, and you got the pumpkin patches and all of that. So I think wherever you live in this world, you have to find what's in your own backyard, because so many of us, and I was one of them, who lived in an area and thought, well, you know, there's not much here, but there really was. I just didn't really go out and look. There's a lot of things we could do in our own little neighborhoods: canoeing, kayaking, hiking, different types of parks. Maybe if you like shopping, there's different stores you never heard of. If you like to go out to eat, sometimes you didn't know about certain little places. Sometimes you're just used to doing the same thing every day, and then it gets kind of boring, and you're like, oh, I just need a fresh start. I want to just go somewhere else. But maybe you don't need to go somewhere else. Maybe you just need to open your eyes and see what's around. And I say that from my own experiences, because I've, again, been there, done that, where I've been in a place and I thought, well, there's not much here, but there really was. You know, I find out later. And thank God for the internet, because that really helps. You can Google and find everything and anything you want to know. But years ago, we didn't have that, so it was more word of mouth when trying to find something fun to do. So we'll talk a little bit more later or tomorrow, because I need to get ready for the wedding. I'm hoping, it was sprinkling, I hope that it doesn't start raining. I think it's clearing up, thank God. This hot tub over here, I'm wondering, I think we're allowed to use it. I just sent a message on Airbnb and to find out if we can use it, but I think so. It's all, looks like it's clean, ready to go to use, so maybe I'll use that tonight. And oh, the other thing I want to mention too about the idea of freedom is, when traveling, I love the idea that I have different options. Of course, we can go camping, people will go RVing, and if you don't have an RV, you could use outdoorsy.com. I have all those links down in the description box, where you could rent an RV if you want. We decided to stay in a caboose because it was close to the wedding and much more affordable for this time of year than some of the hotels, and it was closer. So I'm so happy we stayed here. I love Airbnb. We've stayed in some of the coolest places. We stayed in this really cool cabin at the base of Mount Hood. If you didn't get to see that video last summer when we headed out west for a couple of months. And then when we went to Ireland, we stayed in a 300-year-old cabin in Western Ireland. That was really cool. There's quite a few mosquitoes out here. I know that people complain about Florida mosquitoes. I've rarely came across a mosquito in Florida, probably because I'm out during the day and I'm not usually around the woods, but there's a lot of trees here, so the mosquitoes are coming to get me, and I didn't even think to bring repellent, because I just wasn't thinking about it. I was hoping the leaves were changing, but they're just barely changing, so I'm not going to see the leaves change here. But we are going to Ohio in a couple of weeks, so make sure you follow us on that journey, because I'm hoping that the leaves are changing, because that's one of my favorite seasons, is because of the leaves, and they smell so good. You know what I mean, if you live in the area where the leaves change. And then I'll be looking for, of course, pumpkin pie and caramel apples and whatever else that fall can bring us. Well, I'm off I'll talk to you very soon. If you like this video, thumbs up. Please share. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to live a passionate life.